Oh, it's so pretty. It's just the most beautiful shade. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I am so excited for this video because we're doing a favorites video. We are doing my favorites from the month of March. Is it March? Yeah, it's March. From the month of March, and I can't believe April is in a few days. Time is flying by, but I'm really excited about that because I love spring vibes. Spring has the most hope in the air vibes. So I just want to jump into this video and get started because I don't want this video to be too long. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my March clean beauty favorites. March beauty favorites, let's jump right in. First, we're talking nails. And one of the shades is on my nails today. I love her. Just so good. So you know how I love Manicurist, their green flash polish specifically. I haven't tried their other polishes, so I'm not 100% sure about their other polishes, but I love their green flash. It is just so good. And this shade, I believe, is ultramarine or aquamarine, ultramarine, and it's just the most beautiful shade. This is 2 coats. There was I ordered the shade and I was like, okay, we'll see if you're not going to be streaky. Not streaky, which is just so good. And again, it's kind of like a UV cured, like more traditional style nail polish in the sense where it's not as thick as gel, but I can wear it for 2 weeks. For at least for me and how I prep my nails, I can get it to wear for 2 weeks. And the thing that's so good about it is the removal. You put any nail polish remover you want on top, let 1 minute, let it sit for a minute, and then it peels off in one piece, which is why I love it, because gel can just sometimes ruin your nail health. So this is such a good shade. I love this. I actually just purchased a light blue one that I can't wait to wear for Easter because, like, so cute. And then also this shade that I've been wearing a ton this month and last month, Violetta, is just gorgeous. It's so good. And then I've also been using this. This is their kind of like something you can use on your polish afterwards. I think it's just called a refresh. Yeah, color refresh. And I do this like maybe 5 days in to my manicure to kind of just get it feeling fresh again. It is so good. And I swear this is the key to making the polish last 2 weeks. It's just so good. They say that it can go up to 10 days, but for me, I can get it to go to 14, and this is just so good. Anyways, I digress. Let's move on to Complexion. This month, I haven't been grabbing Complexion too much because I did have a breakout here, and here, and I've been kind of just giving my skin a break. She needed a moment. So I've been grabbing this, again, a ton, the Summer Fridays, their skin tint. This is a sheer skin tint, so this is definitely not going to be for everyone, but I love this. I wear the shade 5 in this, and it is just so good. And I will say, when I wear this, and even though it's sheer, I would say sheer to light coverage, but even though it's like sheer to light coverage, I do get comments on how good my skin looks, and this feels more like a makeup skincare hybrid product, which is what I love about it because my skin has been in dire straits of just feeling so dehydrated. I don't know. I really like this. So then next, for my brows, the Coolfee Brow Gel. I've just been really loving this. So it is kind of a, not double-sided, but it has a brush on this side. This is the one that you apply the gel with. And then it has other brushes on this side. One is a plastic tooth comb, or I guess you could call it a comb. And then you have this side, which is more like traditional bristles. But if you've ever used the Refry, did I say Refry? If I don't get a grip. The Refi Brow Gel, this is similar to that. And I love how long this wears on my brows. Till any hurricane. They ain't moving. This lasts so long on my brows, and by the end of the day when I'm taking my makeup off, I need to really make sure to like try and make sure everything's off because this is super long wearing. This is great. I really enjoy it. So the next concealer. Love of my life. The Coolfee concealer. This is in the shade Mango Drop. I love this. It's really nice. It has a beautiful finish to it, and it wears so nicely throughout the days, and I don't feel like no matter what I'm wearing underneath it, whether it's an oil under it or a different eye cream or sunscreen, because it's important to put sunscreen under your eyes, especially if you have like collagen loss under your eyes or you have thin skin under your eyes or just everything under, you need to like protect everything. So sunscreen's important. But if you wear this with all of those things, you don't have pilling or like a weird patchiness that sometimes you can get with concealers. This is great. Now, I've been grabbing these nonstop since I got them. The Westman Atelier, these are their like illuminating illuminator drops. I have 2 shades. I have the shade Peau de Pêche and Peau de Soleil. This one's Peau de Soleil, this one's Peau de Pêche. And just gorgeous, feels like skincare, which I feel like so much of Westman Atelier's products feel like skincare mixed with makeup, and so hydrating, looks beautiful on the skin. I like to wear it alone. I like to mix it in with foundation. I like to wear it just as a highlight or just all over the cheeks, not just as a highlight, but just kind of to really bump up the luminosity on my cheeks. I like to wear it again underneath makeup, on top makeup. I don't know. I'm obsessed with these. They're so good. Then for my hyperpigmentation that I have been struggling with this month, even though it's really gone down a ton, as you can see. I mean, you can still see it here and you can still see it here, but it's a lot better. I've been grabbing the Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick a ton. This just does so good on top of my hyperpigmentation, but it also doesn't cling to dryness, which is what makes it so good, because my hyperpigmentation can be dry, honey. Dry. So this is great. I wear the shade Buff in this, and let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's Buff. It's just incredible, and it wears really nicely all over the face. I prefer to kind of use it as a pinpoint. It also wears beautifully underneath the eyes, but again, I prefer a liquid concealer, but it does not crease. Doesn't crease. Really good. So the next we have bronzer, and I've been grabbing a surprising one I've done this month, and this one is from Merit Beauty, and this is their bronzer, and I have the shade Leo in this, and I just want to show you. Can you see? There we go. It's just such a beautiful bronzy tone, but I love how more on the sheer side it is, and it isn't quite as intense pigmentation wise, because sometimes bronzer can be a little overwhelming, I feel like, especially when I'm pale. So right now, haven't seen the sun in months, it feels like. This is such a nice product, and I feel like in spring this is going to be one that I grab a ton, just because it is a really lightweight, easy to blend out product. If you're looking for a dummy proof bronzer, this is your dummy proof bronzer. It is just elite. Now we're going to move on to blush. Also, my camera just died, so if it dies again while I'm filming, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyways, blush, let's move on. This month I've been grabbing the Say Beauty blushes a ton this month, and specifically these 3 shades. So the shade Cutie, is it Cutie? Yeah, Cutie, Sweetie, and Spicy, and I've just been loving these. They're so good. I talk about the Say Beauty blushes all the time. They are just so good. And then for powder blush, I've been grabbing this powder blush a ton. So this is from Jane Iredale, and this is in the shade Sheer Honey. This is just the most gorgeous. This looks boring. This looks like, is it even a blush? It is. I swear it's beautiful. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous blush. I am such a big fan. And if you were a fan of Warm Honey from Becca, this is a nice alternative to that, since, you know, Becca's no longer at the moment with, well, I guess kind of technically some of their products, but basically no longer. Anyways, now we're going to move on to powder, and it's just no surprise. The Ami Collet powder, this is just their translucent shade, but they have like a more yellow tone, a more brownie tone, but this is so good. And for white powders, I know a lot of people don't like to use them because they feel like maybe they are just flashing back a ton or looking really apparent on darker skin tones. This does not do that. This is really, really nice. Now we're going to move on to eyes, and I have 2 eyeshadows that I have been loving this month. So this one from Jones Road Beauty in the shade Cream is just gorgeous. I love, if you're trying to like build up your eyeshadow collection, but you don't want to buy a whole palette, individual shadows are where it's at. I love the Jones Road Beauty individual shadows, and this one in the shade Cream is just so good, and I love to use it to like blend out the edge of my eyeshadow, even highlight the inner quarter. Is just so good. And then I have also been loving this from Ritual de Fille, and this is their like eye jelly in the shade Apis. Is that right? Yeah, Apis, and it's the most beautiful beigey tone that has just beautiful look to it. And I put it on my lid, kind of let it marinate for a second, set down. Now, I do occasionally, not always, get a little bit of creasing with this, but what's amazing about this formula, magical if you will, if you tap out that crease or like that little creasing that you have, it never creases again. And that's pretty crazy. So this is really nice for how it wears, the way it looks. I always get compliments when I wear this. I don't know. I'm obsessed with it. Now we're going to move on to eyeliner. And I've been grabbing 3 eyeliners a ton this month. Mainly one, but 3 eyeliners. One is the Tower 28 multi-liner. So you can use this as a lip liner or whatever. This is a beautiful lip liner as well. In the shade Draw Me, I just love the definition that this gives. And the shade is gorgeous. Let me do a little swatchy peel on the back of my hand for you. This is the shade Draw Me. It is just such a beautiful dark brown shade. Incredible. Then my obsession of life, this eyeliner from Rowan Beauty. She is beautiful. So this is the shade Brown Shimmering or Shimmering Brown. Shimmering Brown, I love this. I'm wearing it on my waterline today. It is just, first of all, super long wearing. Also just beautiful. It just is such a beautiful, gorgeous shade. And I'm going to do a little swatchy peel here for you. Right here. It is, okay, this is not doing it justice. It is really, really beautiful. And it reminds me a lot of this one that I also love from Victoria Beckham Beauty, which is the shade Cinnamon. Another beautiful shade. They are very similar in shade, actually. If I had to pick between the two, here we go. Between the two, this one's Victoria Beckham Beauty on the outer edge, and this one is Rowan Beauty. If I had to pick between the two, maybe I would go Rowan Beauty, just because I feel like the Rowan Beauty lasts ever so slightly more, but also they set down and both kind of don't move once you kind of let them fully set. The Rowan Beauty one just sets down a little bit quicker. Anyways, I digress. Next, we're moving on to mascara. I have been grabbing her so much this month. The Westman Atelier mascara. This is the newest of their, I think they only have two mascaras. This one is so good. I love the way that this wears, how it looks. I'm just a big fan. I highly recommend checking this out. I know that they're pricey, but I definitely feel like it's worth it. It is very beautiful. But of course, there's other mascaras out there that can kind of give you what this gives you, but it really separates the lashes, and it gives volume, but it gives like a really nice volume where it isn't too intense, but you can build it up. I also feel like it makes my lashes look super long. I don't know. I'm a big fan. Anyways, lips. So we have so many lip products, but I have been loving lips this month, and I have been on a big hydrating lip kick right now. First is this one from Ole Henriksen, and I have two. So this is a tinted one. This is the shade Cocoa Cream, I believe. Cocoa Cream, it's so beautiful. Let me put that on. And then I also have just their original. So hydrating, just smooths out everything on your lips. I don't know what's in this formula, but it's really good. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just the most beautiful shade. Then I've been using these a ton this month, specifically one shade, the Jones Road Beauty Lip Tints, but the shade specifically Cocoa Rose. Cocoa Rose is just so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I actually just wore it last night, and it is just so beautiful. I just love them. And I also have, was it Rose Nude or Nude Rose? Nude Rose, gorgeous. Now we have lip liners. Now my most used lip liners this month by far were the Jones Road Beauty lip liners in both of these shades. So I have the shade Cognac and the shade Rosewood. Beautiful, beautiful shades. But I also have been grabbing out of the Victoria Beckham Beauty lip liners, this one a ton. This is the shade 4. The shade 4 is just one of those that it's like such a good Your Lips But Better shade on my lips, but with a touch more, because I feel like my lips are kind of pale, a touch more oomph to it. I'm a really big fan. And then this lip oil from Summer Fridays, I've been loving. Rosewood Nights, so beautiful. Oh, I just put something on my lips. Okay, well, you know what? There's never too much. It is just such a beautiful shade. I don't know, I'm a huge fan. And then when I'm wanting a little bit more color, this month I have been grabbing this from Merit Beauty, the shade L'Avenue, which is this really beautiful kind of berry tone that just is gorge. I hope you can see that. Yeah, right here. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, right here. You know, if I would swatch this better, I wouldn't have this problem, but this is the shade. It is so, so beautiful. Now, setting spray. This one, look at that, empty. I have a couple sprays left, but I have a backup of this. This is really good. Keeps your makeup in place all day. Looks beautiful. Enough said. So good. Now we're gonna move on to hair care and skincare. So first, this. The fresh sugar. This is their lip primer, and it's kind of like an AHA, BHA type of product. It's an exfoliator. I love this. It's really good, and my lips have been kind of in a struggly place right now because it's gotten really windy again, which means just there's no moisture in the air, and this has been a lifesaver. Then for my acne that I've been having, I've been using this a ton. This is my favorite kind of spot treatment to use. So this is just the Body Shop tea tree oil. I mean, I've talked about this a ton. I repurchased 1,000 times. This is in my opinion, out of all the tea tree oils I've tried, the one that works the best. I don't know why. It could be a placebo in my mind, but I really like this one. Next, for the under eyes, I've been loving this Live Tinted eye cream, and this is their, what is this? Their brightening eye cream. It definitely brightens. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. What I love about this is the light sheen that it does have. It doesn't feel overwhelming, and it does a really good job of kind of just toning down the blue that is my under eyes, and it really does a good job with I mean, it works really well with concealers because sometimes products that have a little bit of sheen to them can create some pilling. This one does not, which is great. Then for my hyperpigmentation, been loving her all month. The Edam Milk Marvel Dark Spot Serum. Is it Dark Spot Serum? Yeah, it's their Dark Spot Serum, and I love this. And whenever I have a hyperpigmentation moment, this is my go-to. The key to this is make sure your face is a little bit damp, so either you spray it with something or you kind of just barely pat your face dry after washing it and then apply this. It really does make the biggest difference. And then for underarms, still riding hard for her. The Kosas deodorant, I think the shade Serenity. Is it Serenity? Serene Clean. And this is their just green packaging, and I love this scent. The blue scent is not, I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as this one in my opinion. And the one that has no scent, I also enjoy, but this one's my favorite by far. Now we're gonna move on to hair, and we only have one hair product. Also, I don't know if you noticed, speaking of hair, I don't know how you would notice, it's cutting me off here. I cut 4 inches off my hair like a few days ago, and I'm actually really liking the chop. I like to do a spring chop, so that because my hair grows really, really fast, once it's kind of growing in for summertime and all of that, the ends are really nice and like crisp, if you will. And I do love to do a nice like layered haircut in spring too, so that when it kind of grows out, it kind of grows out in the layers. Anyways, I digress. So I've been loving the cut, but I also have been loving this product from Crown Affair. This leave-in conditioner, I've talked about this a ton. This is a new bottle for me, and I just love doing like a pump or two per side. Right now, my hair, because I just got the cut, is really feeling healthy. So I just do 1 pump per side, put it in, and it just is so good. I love this leave-in conditioner. I don't love leave-in conditioners that are more like spray and wet. I don't love that description, but like just really damp ones I don't love. I love ones that are more like creams, and this is great. And yeah, that's it. That's it for my beauty favorites from the month of March. I would love to know down below, what were you loving this month? Let me know down below. Also, let me know down below what other videos you would like to see in March and April. Actually, it's going to be probably April by the time this comes out, but in April, let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.